Well, g'day guys and girls, Ful-O Gold here. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I'm trying to use this microphone in front of you. Sorry if you can see it. Hopefully the audio is better than my other videos. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are watching this. Welcome to the channel. My name's Caleb, or Ful-O Gold. There's a little play on words, full of gold. Welcome to the channel anyway. I've got my microphone here. You guys have been giving feedback. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. I'm trying to work through these issues. So let's go. I thought I'd have a look at an article around here of Creswick. Now, Creswick is an area in Victoria, just north of Ballarat. And as you can see, quite a bit of history, mining history here. A lot of gold has come out of Creswick, as you can expect, being close to Ballarat. Just have a few points, a few mines over here. So 668 ounces. What do we got over here at the Creswick taxi service? 2,600 ounces. 35 ounces. Yeah, 10,000 ounces of placer gold there. So we got quite an extensive range of mines going on here. Plus, you got to remember too that in the early 1850s, 60s, when the miners first arrived on scene, a lot of gold, alluvial gold, hasn't been recorded, particularly larger nuggets. If it wasn't over 10 ounces, I know we say, 10 ounces, anything like an ounce is a big nugget to us, but anything over 10 ounces was considered a worthy record, or you're supposed to put it on the record books. But anything under that was just called colour to them, like a little picker. If that gives you an idea of the abundance of gold back then. But so there's quite a big region of mining history here. So I thought we would have a bit of a dig around, eh? Let me just get up here. So this is taken from Creswick.net. If I can get my mouse to do what I want it to do. So right now it's a Business and Tourism Creswick Inc. has applied for the Victorian State Government for a grant to upgrade the trail, the existing signage. Okay, we don't need to know about that right now. So history. From the 1850s through the early 1900s, the area to the north of Creswick was the site of extensive pastoral and gold mining activity. And we can see Australasian number 2 mine in the 1880s, right here, depicted in this picture. Massive amount of work. You can just imagine, not just the miners who are working in the mines, but think of the tradesmen involved, like carpenters, stonemasons, even just keeping wood up to the boilers, etc. It was, they don't call it a gold boom for nothing, because it's not just about digging up some gold. It's the infrastructure. It's keeps a lot of guys in work, and everyone benefits from it basically. So I'm actually curious to know just whereabouts Australasian mine was. See if I can find it on here for you guys. Okay, here we go. This is Australasian number 1. 0 placer gold. Okay. Australasian number 3. Well, there we go. 90,000 ounces of placer gold. And then, by the looks of things, they've gone up here as well. 8,000. So, right through down here, it looks like they had activity going. So, that was about northwest of of Creswick, the township. Excuse me, got a bit of a frog in my throat. So gold fever struck Creswick early with massive alluvial mining operations in all the gullies and creeks. In the late 1850s, Chinese miners re-washed the entire creek system in their search for gold. With over 250 employees, the mines were one of the largest industrial companies in the colony of Victoria. Now that's interesting actually, I never knew that the Chinese miners in the late 1850s, they come through and they re-washed the entire creek. So I assume the European settlers who went in there first, they would have picked it clean a bit. But then you got the Chinese. It says here they come back through, re-washed it, and in search of gold. And if you know Chinese diggers, they were very thorough. They didn't leave much behind. So I would be interested in knowing just how much they found from that. So, the geology. A deep lead is sometimes described as a buried river of gold. It is the bed of a former river system which has been buried at some stage. Volcanic eruptions covered the rivers with a layer of basalt or eroded soil, buried the water courses under layers of gravel, sand, dirt and rock. So, there we go. And throughout this area there are 5 different types of deep leads. Oh, that's interesting. Each part of this river system boasting near approximately 120 mine sites. The leads within the system include the Spring Hill Lead, Wilbur's Lead, Australasian Lead, Hepburn Lead and Berry Lead. We've got some nice photos of some well preserved mullock heaps here. This one is a Madam Berry mine, mullock heap. Oh, hello. I actually didn't know this still existed. And this is what goes back to what I was saying before. Like, you had to have bricklayers. Like, this is a pretty impressive bit of architecture, if I can call it, for a bricklayer. Like, you wouldn't see that in today's modern housing. You know, or you might see it, but you'll be paying big money for it. But just look at that. Like, I wonder if I can pull that up. Probably not. But that's just amazing, you know. Like, tradesmen back then really took pride in their work, and it shows. This is well over 100 years old, and yes, it's been derelict. It's been left to run down, withered, but it's standing there still, isn't it? I assume a lot of this damage would have been from pulling out, the pump house, so it would have been damaged from pulling out the old machinery and such, but just look at that. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Actually, you probably would have heard, or you might not have heard, of the mine disaster. It's pretty well documented. Basically, the gold miners, they were deep underground. They punched through a layer. Well, not a layer, sorry. The water broke through into the shaft. And you got to remember too, when you're down so far underground, the water pressure is immensely greater than if you were more shallow. You think about it, if you dug a post hole, you might see a little tiny bit of water starting to seep in. But if you're 100 feet down, and you can just like the amount of pressure and the water that comes through the ground, in a lot of cases it just blasted through. So it was very, very dangerous stuff. And this mining disaster, perhaps I could make another video on that when I have more time. It killed a lot of men, and it shook the whole state, from what I understand, all the way to Melbourne. You know, they tried to save these miners down there. It's well worth a good read. I might make a video for you guys, but it's a sad tragedy, but it's also a good lesson as well for us. Just these heroes, what they went through, these gold miners, to try and make a living, pull out try to help their families to survive. It's fascinating. So that's a bit of a brief kind of modern history, I guess, or what's standing now. But what I'm interested in is old old newspaper articles. Um, so just bear with me as I try and find something interesting for you guys. um, okay. So this one's taken from 1864, Saturday, the 8th of October. Yeah, I'll just read that for you. So a drive of 13 miles to the eastward of Ballarat brings us to Creswick, once a large and bustling goldfield, now a pleasant little township. Creswick is built on a small flat sloping into a hollow at the foot of the low barren quartz range, from the rear of which a massive mound, Spring Hill, rises, some 700 feet in height, its sides green with cultivation, its summit occasionally crested by a parting cloud. Doesn't sound like a bad place at all. So about 700 houses at the time. Okay. What about you guys? Would you guys like to live in a little town like that? Let us know in the comments. Are you a country person, or are you quite satisfied with living in the little suburbs of the outer skirts of Melbourne or Sydney, or you just one of those people who just love their own little bush block somewhere way out in the sticks, and people who rarely see you in town. You just come out there, do your once a week or once a month shopping. Let us know in the comments, you guys. Are you that sort of person, or how would you go back in these days? 700 houses on this pristine country town. Let us know. So 29,000 diggers who were once encamped here have left their marks upon the scene. And that's typical of a gold rush. It's a boom in population, and almost in a matter of days, they're gone again. So it's not doing. Okay, so Chinamen and Chinese stores. So quite a bit of action going on there. Yeah, alright. So this is just a little quick skim through here. I'll have to do another video on this. But thanks guys for watching again. If you're new to the channel, and I'll just like to say thank you, welcome. My name's Caleb again. I like to do all sorts of videos right now because of it's winter. It's in this whole pandemic lockdown. It's hard to get out in the bush. Also, this is just a lot easier on me to stay home and try and give you guys some gold related content. So thanks for that. Thanks for putting up with me. And I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Is this the type of, how would you go back in the gold rush days? Would you be a gold digger? Would you travel around at the first hint of gold to the next rush, or would you stay in one place? Just plodding around in your own little your own little plot, just chipping away? Or would you go to the city? Would you start a business? Let us know in the comments, guys. If you haven't subscribed, do it already. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss another one of my videos. Try to be a bit more regular. But you might have noticed I'm in a new room today. I've been busy, renovations, painting and the such, so I'll get a routine down pack eventually. But thanks again, guys. Thanks for listening and tuning in. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next one.
When first I left old England shore, such yarns as we were told, as how folks in Australia could pick up lumps of gold. So when we got to Melbourne town, we were ready soon to slip and get even with the captain and scuttle from the ship. With me swag upon me shoulder, Black Billy in me hand, I travelled the bush of Australia like a true born native man.